Well, things have just got a little bit more interesting. So we're going to start off by taking a look at these videos for the new Goku and Vegeta Blue and talking about that. We also do have the actual colors, and there's also a random EX hit on the banner, but I mean, nobody should be surprised. EXs are always random on these banners. They throw out the most random of EX characters alongside these sparkings. But anyways, we're going to go over all of the news and details that we have currently for the fighters. So if you guys enjoyed today's video, hit that subscribe, of course. If you are new to the channel for more content, I promise you it is good for your health. Hit that like button as well if you guys enjoyed today's video. Today's video like goal is 1,000, and help us hit our like goal if you guys enjoy it. So let me know in the comment section down below if you guys are excited about this, if you guys are going to pull for this, which one you look like, which one it looks like you're more enticed with, like which one you want to go for more, things like that. Obviously, they're going to be on the same banner, so you get what you get, or you don't get what you get. But you get my point. Let's start off by taking a look at what they say for the Goku. So in terms of Goku, they say his special arts ups your arts card draw speed, while his main ability lowers the health restoration and arts card draw speed of all foes. So the green card, once again, ups his draw speed, and the main ability lowers enemies' health restoration and arts card draw speed, and also increases damage taken by the current enemy. And take advantage of these debuffs is what they say. So the main ability does multiple things, it looks like. I'm sure there's more to it, obviously, but that's just a little sneak peek, right? So, by the way, we do have colors and stuff, so I'm going to add in that Goku is a red unit. Vegeta's purple. Hit is the EX that is on the banner. He is a red unit. I'm going to give my opinions on this stuff in just a minute. And yes, this is another Anniversary Legends Rising banner, because the second anniversary is never ending. If you didn't know, now you know. The second anniversary is never ending. This is effectively like a part 3 summon banner. And part 3s do not happen a lot in these anniversaries. This is a never-ending anniversary. But that does mean that if it follows suit like the last banner, the Kaioken Goku, it should have what, 10% rates and not too many sparkings on the banner. So that's how things were for that banner. So I mean, that's cool, I guess. So let's get back to it and watch Goku's video, and then we're going to transition to the info about Vegeta and talk about my opinions and stuff like that about the characters from what we have here. But again, his green card is the main thing that they're trying to highlight for him here. So he has a really gorgeous cover change, and the OST, the background music for this, is really cool. So let's go. I love this instant transmission. That's really cool. Also, I think I remember that Rose actually dodged that kick in the show, but I mean, it's a cover change. I could be wrong, though. Let me know. Off the top, he looks a lot more fluid than Kaioken Goku did. Kaioken Goku, Super Kaioken, looked really rigid to me. There's the green card, and here's a blue card. I like the slow-mo at the end. Windscreen is kind of whatever. I mean, the Goku has kind of whatever. There's a lot of really good Goku windscreens. But a couple of notes. I love this cover change. Rose is doing a strike. I don't know if it's strike specific or if, oh, look at that. That's a really cool shot. Or if it's going to wind up being similar to Bojack. If it's similar to Bojack, that is next level, because Bojack actually can cover change into anything except for a rush and except for Vegeta Blue's ultimate at this point. He can cover change into anything and actually cancel it at the expense of your unit taking a little bit of damage, while other units are restricted, right? I assume this is just strike, though, right? Because he's doing it off a strike. We'll obviously find out tomorrow, because the characters come out tomorrow. I forgot to say that in the very beginning of the video, because everybody has one of the characters come out, and it's always the next day. Whenever we get videos, it's always the next day, 99% of the time anyway. So, yeah, so there's that. He does have some really cool and really fluid animations, and again, like I said, the Kaioken Goku that came out recently, he just felt like really rigid to me and stiff with the animations and stuff like that. And I don't know, maybe you guys disagree. I love this close-up shot, green card into the blue card here, and that's mainly what they're trying to highlight. Okay, so not the most climactic blue card, but I like it. It's different than the regular, like, Kamehameha or whatever. Okay, so his main ability does do the debuffs. It almost seems like he wants to be either a support type or something like a melee type. We'll see. We'll see. He could wind up being either, right? But what I will say, it's actually, I know that right now, the thing about right now in the community is everybody's upset whenever we get a new unit that's red because Vegeta blue. And I'm going to echo the same sentiments that I echoed with Trunks, in that, yes, getting red units is not the best thing, but they can't ignore the color, right? They can't just not pop out new red units. They have to put out new units, right? And things will even out a little bit eventually. I mean, Vegeta blue is really oppressive in terms of like his output of damage, but things will even out a little bit in terms of like them putting out stronger yellows and stuff like that, to where reds can actually find their way to being more relevant. But they can't just stop putting out reds. So from the from that, like, you know, sentiment, it's cool that he's a red unit because they actually needed more reds in the Sun family listening. They actually needed another, like, main good red fighter, right? They have some good stuff in here, like Zenkai Goku's whatever. I mean, he's just, at this point, he's just, yeah, I hate bagging on this dude, but I mean, the reality is that he's just not that good. Even at 7, he's just not that good. There are other units in here that need like Zenkais and stuff like that. He's not that good in high tier PvP. Don't tell me that you use him effectively and you're really good with him, but you're like not playing a lot of high tier PvP, especially now. Anyways, so Kaioken Goku, Kakarot Goku, excuse me. The other, like, Gohan needs a Zenkai. Again, another unit that's just old at this point. He's cool, I guess. You can make him be good. I actually revisited him recently, and I was very disappointed with him because he just, again, there's too many needs I could take off his buffs and stuff like that. So long story short, they needed another red fighter. Like, it's not a bad thing that he's red. Their grouping needed that. And, yeah, like, purple is a more, I guess, questionable color for this team because they didn't necessarily need that. But we'll get to that in a minute when we talk more about Vegeta. So let's go ahead and watch Vegeta's video here. So, by the way, Goku, I will say that his best usage is as, like, a bench unit. Like, he actually has there's an insane amount of, like, red Saiyans he supports that are, like, really good. Like, Bardock and stuff like that. Not an insane amount, but there's some really good red Saiyans. Rose, SS4 Vegeta. There's some... The new Goku's coming out. That Goku has easily one of the best, like, bench statuses in the game. All right, so here's Vegeta. Get buffed damage and lowers arts card cost for 50 counts from the battle start. Okay, so very early offensive firepower. He gets damage buffs and lowered card costs. Sounds a lot like other Vegeta cards in the game. If he's KO'd, he buffs the allies' damage, heals allies of certain tags, and cuts enemies' Dragon Balls by 3. That is a lot. Vegeta's already looking better than Goku. Goku seems almost like he wants to be more of like a disruption support type of unit. Like, almost like Beerus pre-Zenkai was, like a disruption type. Not in terms of like, oh, Goku's going to be as good as that unit was, but like in terms of like Beerus not even doing like support things. Just more like being disruption, but being labeled as a support type. Seems like that's more or less what Goku wanted to do. But Vegeta has when defeated buffs, and he's actually purple, which is interesting. I was really thinking he would be yellow, but I mean, not really him, but I was thinking he would be yellow just because of the fact that most of the units that offer when defeated buffs are actually yellow. If you go ahead and look at it, most of them are yellow. So I thought they were going to continue that trend. They did not. Not that they needed a yellow. They did not need a yellow. I really thought it was going to be that way, though, only because of the trend existing in the game. But really, when you look at Vegeta family, their team, their tag has evolved tremendously to fit very, very well as a well-rounded team. Like, you have an entire core of fighters that most likely doesn't really include a red unit, but the red units can be optional. Like, this Trunks is, I think, their best red fighter in terms of the way that he fits on the team. If you want sheer burst offensive damage, SS4 Vegeta's your option, or if you want the best like bench unit, it's probably gonna be this Trunks or the Vegeta, right? In case you're not really using a red, because again, red is not the most active color this meta because of Vegeta Blue being in 90% of the matches. But yeah, so let's see what they have for Vegeta's video. Let's go.
Time to wrap this up. Damn. Just die, you
This music is so good. I like it.
Take this. No escape.
Oh, another animation there. Not bad.
Time to wrap this up. And stay down. That didn't even count as a warm-up.
Okay.
Time to wrap this up.
Okay. So neither of these characters seems to have an ult, by the way. They just have special moves. They do not have ults. So there's that. They just have special moves. let me just say this. I'm actually really hoping that neither of these units wind up buffing Future or God Ki in any way, like at all, in terms of like the way that they function. But Vegeta might actually hint to that a little bit because he actually is going to be buffing ally damage and heals allies of certain tags. Notice how they added the certain tag health restoration thing in here. This is 100% going to be Vegeta family, but it might also extend to being things like Saiyan or like other things that I don't want it to be, by the way. It could be anything. It could be like God Ki, Future. It's going to probably most likely be Vegeta family. But, like, we'll see what happens. But I really am hoping they don't buff those teams just because those teams don't need more options, man. They do not need more options. They have enough options. Stop, right? Stop. They're the same freaking team 99% of the time anyway, but stop. Please stop. But, like, I wouldn't mind if he's Vegeta family centric type unit or Saiyan type of unit because even as, like, a yellow fighter, that's the thing about him, too. Or, excuse me, as a purple fighter, that's the thing about him, too, that's also not bad. Because, like, on this team, it's, like, debatable about whether or not they needed a purple. They have a really good burst damage unit and SSB Vegeta if you wanted that. And Trunks is almost like a timeless treasure because of the support he offers to this team. And he's a really good offensive unit and the car draw speed and reload, like, stuff like that. This Trunks is also really not bad either. The EX one can do a crap ton of damage. They didn't need a new purple, but, I mean, it doesn't hurt to have another option, right? Really what they needed was probably another sparking green unit, but, I mean, that's fine. Anyways, but the thing about that is, like, if they wind up being Saiyan units, Saiyans actually needed a high-end purple unit. That's actually a Saiyan buffer. That's the thing. They actually needed that. If you look at the Saiyan buffers, this is all of them. Now, if you extend to non-Saiyan buffers, obviously you have, like, SS4 Goku, who's... Is he the best purple Saiyan unit? He's up there. He's one of them. He's the main unit that they use on this team because it's mainly a Goku team anyway at this point. Saiyans, by the way. So, like, they need another Saiyan purple unit. So, like, in that sense, it's not a bad thing. And again, if Goku winds up being the same type of deal where he probably buffs like Sun Family and also buffs Saiyans as a red unit, again, that's not a bad thing either. I mean, Bardock is here, but it's not the worst thing, right? But again, I am hoping that that's the case. And I don't really have much to say on Hit. Here's my thoughts on Hit. I think that he's going to wind up being a red-red-green type of unit because of the way that they built the previous Hit, right? But I will say that the previous Hit does predate the Powerful Opponents tag. But I'm going to add in that since they didn't give PyCon Powerful Opponents, I don't think this Hit winds up getting it. But if he does, that's even more like of a slap in the face of PyCon not getting it, right? But if he does, that'll be different. But like he probably winds up being red-red-green, just like those two, Kaioken Goku and PyCon respectively, right? He probably wants to be on that team and stuff like that and just fit with those units and go from there, right? That's probably what they're doing. They're trying to build out that team. They need to do more for the other monocolors and color counter teams. Like, they don't have enough of those units for the other teams, but they're starting to really pump red-green lately, it seems like. And we'll see what happens with that. But I don't really have much else to say in terms of Hit. But in terms of Vegeta, he's going to mirror this guy's tags, like, completely. Goku's also our first Goku in the regular outfit, and also he's from the future. So I would not, well, not from the future, but he's from the future tag. I would not be surprised, though, in that sense, because he's our only Goku from the future tag, I would not be surprised in that sense if he winds up actually buffing this team, though. But Goku's almost like, you almost can't even tell what Goku's going to do. Just because of the way that they worded it. Like, they don't tell us anything, right? Vegeta, though, is seeming like he's kind of built in a way similar to, like, the yellow Sun Family Goku from the, right before the 1 year anniversary, the Broly movie one, where he also buffs allies and also heals health and stuff like that. But also, getting rid of the enemy's Dragon Balls when defeated is nuts. Who does that? Like, Shugash or, it might be Borgos. One of the two. Anyways, this is going to be a really interesting batch, I think. But again, I'm not really seeing and I need to see the full kit, so tune in tomorrow for that. But I'm not really seeing, at least right now, the full-on, like, into the meta definition type of unit, right? And that's not a bad thing. I don't think every freaking new unit needs to be S+, right? I don't think that needs to happen, but we'll see. Thank you all for tuning in. If you guys enjoyed, hit that subscribe, and I'll see all of you in the next one.